Solstice 2025. I have my headset on. If you guys hear any feedback or anything and it's annoying, please let me know. I'll take my headset off. Let's see. Let's get this shared out and promoted. Okay, cool. And we are outside. Better lighting than inside. Okay, let's get this open. So last night was really awesome, guys. If you were on the app and checking out the live sales, we had 2 live sales going on at the same time. We had Maria of Ladybug GTV, which I've recently learned is Ladybug Goes Thrifting Vintage. Maria, if you pop on. And so Maria was live, and then Jamie of Flippin' Vintiques was also live at the same time. So that was a huge accomplishment for our community because from what I could see, we had buyers in both sales, and both of our live sellers had a great audience. So we are growing slowly but surely, and welcome in everybody. I saw a few people just pop on. If you're here, let me know. So that was not a mistake. No, during the week, you guys can sell whenever you want. There can be 5 of you selling at the same time. There's no restrictions. So, we just let people know if you don't want to sell at the same time as someone else, just check the schedule. That's really what it's all about. So, all right, let's founders chat. So weekend, of course, as you guys all know, just to remind new and returning viewers, the weekend is for subscribers, and that is 1 person per spot, except for the 11:30 p.m. EST, when anyone can sell who's a subscriber. Love that question. We do not sell vintage toys here, so I'm so sorry I cannot answer that. I have no expertise. I would suggest going over to another marketplace here on District. If you go to district.net, I believe they have like top marketplaces. I can't think of one top of mind because I'm not actively looking at other marketplaces. I'm pretty sure a Pokemon was just launched, so you might be able to find something in that category. I think you can also search by category. So that would be my suggestion, is to go to district.net and then see if it actually suggests different marketplaces to you. So yeah, I don't know anything about vintage toys. I am the worst person to talk to. I have 1 vintage board game to my name. Okay, founders chat happening now. Join us live. All right. So guys, I was live last night, so a lot of this will be repeats. Sorry, my husband just texted me something and it was really funny. Okay. So I was live last night. So a lot of this will be repeat for those of you who popped on last night. But first of all, I want to be I want to remind everyone that we did have a schedule change with our cross marketplace train. Sorry guys, I need some sunglasses. It's bright out here. With our cross marketplace train with Mr. Eccentric, and this is a little bit better for my eyes. We initially had it scheduled for this Tuesday. We have moved it to Monday, June 30th. Monday, June. David, I do not want to come to Arizona. I can hardly take it. Do you see my eyes? I'm like, it's so bright. The sun. Although it's supposed to be 100 in Baltimore on Tuesday. So we will be competing with temperature. Hey, Willie, thanks for popping on. Yeah, Baltimore gets really hot as well. I call it Hotamore because we are below the Mason-Dixon line, and it can be, New York, I lived in New York for 16 years. It would stay cold until June 1st. And now Baltimore has changed my whole perception over spring, summer. We definitely have AC, but I do the outdoor markets, as you know, so you guys will see me a shade darker on Monday because I tan. Hey, Jamie, I was just commenting. I'm kind of all over the place, but I was just commenting about last night we had you and Maria selling at the same time, and it was awesome. We definitely, we're small, but like when we can see that 2 sellers are selling at the same time and they both have an audience, and maybe the audience is watching both people at the same time. I'm not sure exactly. We would have to, talk to them, but that was pretty awesome. I took a screenshot of you guys live at the same time, so I could share it out. So anyway, okay, Monday, June 30th. This is where I was. So we have a monthly cross marketplace train with Mr. Eccentric. And Mr. Eccentric and I had a great idea, we thought, something called a drop train, where you show a lot of items and then you basically compel people to bid because you keep dropping the items from the lot into what is available for sale. And then you withhold what people aren't bidding on, right? You kind of like withhold dropping the items once people stop bidding. You're probably confused. I think it is a little confusing. I think some of our sellers that are it's just a lot for them. We didn't get a lot of interest and some confusion. So we decided to change the theme. But at least you guys know that is something that seems to be trending. You might see it here or on another marketplace, and you might be able to understand a little bit better how that works. We did have some conversation around how to accurately take a photo of what sells. And, we pretty much determined, hey, take a photo of that first item so that at least there's one photo that represents what was bid on. And then, of course, you might have to watch the video or just take careful attention to move what sells from the lot into a baggie or a pile designated for that winner. So if you guys are ever interested in hosting your own drop sale and you want some insights, feel free to reach out. I'm not an expert, but there's a couple of sellers I know in Mr. Eccentric's community that are doing it quite well. So our new theme, hey Maria, I was just talking about you too. Our new theme for the Mr. Eccentric Vintage Jewelry Addicts collab, Monday, June 30th, is nature. I'm outside in nature. What's nature? I'm not really wearing anything that is nature right now. I'm wearing like a red shape on my neck. But like flower brooches or hand painted nature scenes on necklaces, or maybe trinket jars, or what else could be nature, you guys? Insect brooches, insect pieces, a ladybug ring, anything that in your mind represents nature. And so it's a pretty general theme. I will show you guys the flyer actually. And I think that it gives us a lot more room. Animals, yes, animals for sure. And Maria, you are selling on the train. I've announced it a few times, but since you're here, just a reminder, we changed the date to Monday, June 30th. So it's no longer Tuesday, the 24th, so that I could promote it a little bit better for you guys. We probably still could have hosted it, but yeah, I feel like it would have been maybe rushed. Willie, I guess you're right. Speaking of nature, here's my mom's dog. He has come over to say hi. Do you guys see him? So he wouldn't get off the couch this morning. Guys, I thought that I had killed the dog. Oh my gosh, I was freaking out. He's 10 years old, and I think that I've taken him on way too long of walks. Like, he's not used to these long walks, and he was just exhausted this morning. He just would not get off the couch. I was like, come on, Mac, like, we gotta go. So yes, nature. I have a scorpion sterling silver pendant coming to me in animals with sterling and turquoise. So David, we have a wait list officially for the Vintage Jewelry Addict side. We might start it earlier. Because later I know would not work for you. And we do have another Vintage Jewelry Addict who also signed up for the wait list. So there could be a possibility. So he's over the heat. Yeah, it's nice today. Right now it must be like 70 degrees, but it's going to get hot. It's going to get hot. I can't make that date. Okay, good. Next time we will have a different theme, I am sure. We will come up with something. Right, Mac? Right, Mac? I know. I'm sure there's lots of dog brooches people are selling, right? I don't know why we talk to dogs in a baby voice, but we do. Okay, so back to the train. So Monday will be our first ever train night. I'm pretty sure. I don't think we've ever done a train on a Monday night. So this is a new thing for Vintage Jewelry Addicts. I have found that Mondays can be harder because people go back to work and they're like in a mindset of work. So we shall see. But the next Tuesday is our Sterling train, speaking of David. So I'm going to announce that sign up next Friday. I think I'll announce it. Maybe I should announce it earlier. I might announce it earlier the next Friday. So it will be, just so you guys know, it's always the second Tuesday. So that will be July 8th, guys. July 8th will be our next Sterling train. Start holding on to your Sterling. And then speaking of Sterling, okay, in about 2 days on Monday night, already scheduled, everything is good. Diana and Eric's a very special guest, will be demonstrating some ways to test for sterling silver. So this is Monday the 23rd at 8 p.m. If you cannot attend live, I will stream to YouTube and I will download it and then also keep that link so that we can help new sellers. We can have it in our new seller welcome. I will pin it in our seller chat in some way so that you can go back to it also for new sellers. Sterling, unfortunately, and David and I were just chatting about this yesterday, it's not always real, you know, and so things will be marked 925 and it's not. Some of us that remember the early 2000s when like Tiffany's jewelry was, you know, fake, it would be sold because Tiffany's was really popular. I feel like the sterling industry has something similar. So unfortunately, I'm sure fake sterling has been bought and sold in many places, not just Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And so, you know, the best thing we can do is just do our best and know how to test, right? And also know that, hey, maybe we should ask if we buy a lot on eBay. Hey, have you tested this? You know, just have more educated questions, because it will continue to be passed on as sterling and it won't be sterling. It'll just be it's like whisper down the lane, right? You know, where you're like, I have to stop this rumor. It's got to stop here. So thank you to Diana and Eric for leading this demonstration. I'm not quite sure how to test for sterling. I will be tuning in. I will be learning. I believe there may be some things that we do have to buy for that. And, you know, it's not something that I'm going to require people to do. But, you know, if someone does test your sterling and you sold it to them and they're like, hey, it's fake, you know, they might ask for a refund, you know. And I think that as sellers, we should give a refund. You know, it's just unfortunately one of the realities of the business. And the best thing, again, is that we just do our best. Mistakes will be made. Mistakes are made all the time. But if we have the knowledge, we have the power. Did they accept the return, David, or did they push it? They took it. That's good. That's good. eBay makes them take it. Yeah, if they have that. Yeah, I think on eBay I have a 30-day return, or else no one finds my stuff because eBay wants you to offer returns. So June 27th, great question. When is June? I think I'll do it sooner, David. Let me be real with you. When could I do it? That makes sense. Because I like to do it 2 weeks before, and that's not 2 weeks before. So I guess Tuesday the 1st. I'll go live that night. Tuesday the 1st. I'm going to make a note. Sterling silver release for scheduled. Yeah. I think 2 weeks is the right amount of time. Okay, so send me a note. I'm out of town. Okay, cool. I gotcha. 100%. Speaking of sterling silver, guys, if you have an idea for a train, and Elsie had come to me with some really, really, really good ideas, like genius ideas, please send me a message. I am not a jewelry expert, so I'm not always thinking in that direction of different categories of jewelry that we could compile together into a train where, again, the buyers and collectors are excited that they get to see an abundance of that type. So a great example is micro mosaic. Eastern influences. So pieces that may or may not be from Asia or India or the Middle East, which the Middle East isn't Eastern. Well, it kind of is, but you know, you get it. So, or maybe South American pieces, you know, again, different angles of how to present jewelry. If you have an idea, you do not have to lead the train if that's your idea, but we are looking for more people. I know I haven't done that one yet. Should I do that one, David? Do you have a lot of brooches? Yes, capital YES. So I will sit down this week and schedule out July, so that we have some more trains that are new. I liked the gemstones. I thought the gemstones was good, but we could replace the gemstones with brooches and then do gemstones again, maybe in the fall. You guys want brooches? Should we do brooches for July? Anyone going on vacation and you just want to tell me that we shouldn't do it? I think brooches would be a really... I turned off my camera here. July 22nd would be pretty cool. July 22nd for brooches, or the 23rd might work. I have to see when our next designer train is. And that is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I need to ask Elsie if she wants to run it again. Hold on, train. Sorry, guys, I just have to go all the way back in the chat. So we did Monet. And the next month is, I think it's Sarah Coventry. Yes, July is Sarah Coventry. Okay, every second Monday, or I'm sorry, second Wednesday. So that'll be right after the Sterling train. But that's what we did last time, and it worked out really well. So looks like we're going to open up Sarah Coventry for the 9th. I have to talk to Elsie about that. If that's too soon, we might push it another week, which, you know, is what it is. So let's do that, and the brooch train. Let's do the brooch train. I love a good brooch. I was in the store yesterday with my mom, and I didn't look at the prices. I should have. But they were selling new brooches. New brooches. And I was like, ooh. But yeah, brooches are still a thing for sure in new fashion. And I think what would be really fun is if we could do some sort of how to wear a brooch training as well. So if anyone here has interesting insights in how to wear a brooch and wants to do a demo, or I could also do a demo. I wear brooches on hats, brooches with scarves, brooches on bags, backpacks. How else? I think even like with a tie. Put it on the on the turban, you mean? Turban? I do brooch magnets. Okay, I need to learn how to do that. So you remove the pin and then you're able to glue a magnet on the back. That's great. Art pieces. Yep, art pieces. So like the Christmas trees that become the paintings, or kind of paintings. How else to wear a brooch? You could, many of them become pendants. So a necklace. Hey, mid-century waisted. Torque necklace. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. I'm looking up torque. Okay, so you have to twist it. Torque means a twisting force that tends to cause rotation. I just looked it up. Yeah, no, this is cool. Let me, I think I should make a flyer, all the ways to wear a brooch. I think that's a good idea. And then all of us that participate in the brooch train, maybe we can show, so like Denise, you can show how you make a brooch magnet, or show like an example. And then Maria, you can show what a torque necklace is. And Temu. Yeah, David. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know. I was about to go there, and then I thought to myself, let me not be negative. I don't know where they're sourcing the brooches, but there's still new brooches out there. So not all brooches are vintage. We have to be careful. Yes. Are you guys excited? You're all excited. I mid-century waisted. We are doing it. We are doing it, my friend Jamie. How are you, Jamie? We can add vintage earrings with some of those brooches. Like matching earrings, you mean? Yay! David. I know David's excited when it's all caps. I'm an all caps person as well. Some people view it as shouting, but I just view it as emphasis. Okay, brooch trade. So Jamie, mid-century, everybody else, let's aim for the 22nd, July 22nd. I have to speak to Elsie of the Thrifting Teacher. She had hired herself as the featured costume designer train leader. And so our next month, which is July, it will be July 9th, technically, the second Wednesday. And it will be Sarah Coventry. If she wants to move it another week, we might move it another week. FYI, sterling silver, it's always the second Tuesday, and that will be July 8th. And I will open that up on, I'm sorry, not July 8th. Is it July 8th? Yes, July 8th. And I will go live on the 24th. Shoot, why did I put that on July 1st? That makes no sense. The 24th. Have I ever shown you guys my calendar and how crazy I am? Sometimes I forget things, but I swear it's because I just don't put it in my calendar. It's like a... I still write daily to-dos, but I try to put the big things in the calendar so that I don't forget. Okay, so Tuesday the 24th, that's in just a few days, I will open up the sterling silver calendar. So I try, David. I've actually been horrible. I've been really bad. If you were to have a conversation with him, I'd probably be in trouble. He actually texted me this morning. So we just replaced our floors, and it's because we had a water leak from our fridge, and so thankfully the home warranty covered it. And it took forever. It took forever to get this figured out and have the contractors come, but we replaced the floors. And he wants to go look for a new fridge. And I was like, well, you can make that decision because I'm busy all weekend. I'm always blushing. I think I'm in the sun right now. So you're going to be on a road trip, Jamie. You can always sell from the road. That's totally fine. You can make that part of your shtick, you know, like, hey, here I am. Here I am in my hotel room. I'm always on the road, although I'm trying not to be. I'm taking care of my mom right now, so I'm not in Baltimore, but I'm trying not to be on the road. Okay, cool, guys. This is awesome. I'm excited. I'm always excited. I love when you guys are like, yes, let's do it, because the community wouldn't work without our amazing sellers. FYI, also to our subscribers, I haven't chosen the date yet, but there's going to be a day in July that is 0% fees. Now, that does not mean district fees, and that does not mean the processing fees, but 0% fees to Vintage Jewelry Addicts. I will announce that. There will be a flyer. Jamie is amazing, and she like turns it off behind the scenes at midnight the night before, which is EST, and then you guys get a full 24 hours. So I always say to you, like, hey, if you have a pending sale, or you want to host a live sale on a random day, it's always during the week. It won't be on a train day. But it's a great opportunity to save some money, and it's our subscriber appreciation that we do quarterly. So if you're a subscriber now, or you want to become a subscriber, as long as you sign up before we turn off the fees, you'll be fine. So I always try to do it quarterly. Our last one was sometime around Easter. It may have actually been on Easter, I forget. So that's coming up. I know, right? She can. I mean, if you pay her some money, she might. I mean, I would know if I go and look, but I actually wouldn't know. It's actually it's kind of frightening, in a way, but That's why you just make sure that you like trust people. But if you guys sign up as tier 3, it lowers it automatically. So just as a reminder, if anyone here signs up for tier 3 subscriber, your fees are reduced permanently by 2%. Permanently. So that's everything. Unless you decide not to be a tier 3 subscriber. And then you just go back to whatever you signed up for. Oh, I know, David. I like to joke with you guys because, you know, I take it seriously, but also at the end of the day, we're all here trying to make money. So I understand. Yeah, you didn't know this, David? David, I've talked about it so many times. It's $30 a month. It's $30 a month. So run your numbers. It's just 2%. I think is it 2% or is it 3%? I think it's just 2%. Let me see. Where's the no, I gotta go. And then subscription. I can't see the subscription on my own. Dang it. Hold on. I have to log out to see it. Let me go to another browser. I'm pretty sure it is 2%, David. But you can PM me. And you can always go back. You do just have to let me know because I don't think you can do it manually, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't seem to access it right now, but I'm pretty sure it's 2%. Yeah, if you just click subscription. So, what was I going to say? I think that's it. Oh, let's talk about fees. Actually, that's it. So, thank you, Jamie. So actually, David, we had talked about this, and I haven't gotten like a, corporate confirmation. But if you guys notice that some of your processing fees are different, it is most likely because the customer is using a credit card that has higher fees. If you use a debit or PayPal, I believe that the fees are the lowest. If a customer uses an Amex, the fees are higher. And so David reached out and was like, hey, I'm kind of noticing a discrepancy. I don't know what's going on. And I ran some numbers and kind of in my head was thinking, okay, I think it's probably the payment type that the customer is using. I still need to reach out to district just to get, again, that corporate response. But it also reminded me to remind you guys that there is a 30-cent transaction fee with every single transaction. And that's really bad. I hate it. I don't know when they started implementing that. I feel like it was around 2012, 13, 14. I feel like there was an era of not having a 30-cent transaction fee. And this, this applies to pretty much everywhere. I know it applies to Whatnot. So if you guys have a customer that's like, hey, I want 6 items and you're chatting with them, and I've seen some sellers do this already, feel free to create a lot, right? So if they say they want, XYZ, put XYZ in a lot under the price so that then you're just paying that one-time transaction fee of 30 cents instead of 6 times 30 cents. Of course, it's just a little bit of money, but it can add up over time. Hey, welcome back, Mac. And, just keep in mind that there's a 30-cent transaction fee if you guys are doing $1 starts. I'm never going to tell you don't, but I do think that a $3 start should be the minimum basically because of that 30-cent transaction fee. I don't want you guys making 17 cents on something. But again, at the end of the day, some people are selling because they just want to sell things and let go. It's not really about the money. I totally understand. But I also don't want you guys selling blindly. So I do want you to be aware that unfortunately there might be some differences in the fees because of what payment method the customer is using. And then there is always that 30-cent transaction fee. It's $49 for PayPal. Oh my God. Okay. I need to get all the numbers and then put it on a flyer. So bad. 49 cents. That's awful. Regular is 2.9 plus 30. Okay. I think Amex is higher though. So PayPal is higher than regular credit card. Okay. I thought PayPal was cheaper. See, I'm not even sure. So there might be something in the help of Stripe that lets us know. I was also speaking to David about this. It's really like a Stripe thing, which is like a universal processing platform. So, you know, it's not like we can be mad at District. It's more like Stripe. Yeah. Regular is done through Stripe. This is per District. Yeah. So, FYI, guys, the more knowledge you have, the more power. You know, I'm mostly an in-person reseller of jewelry, and I'm actually looking at just, you know, being a little bit more conscious about my prices. Also, because I'm taking credit card more. I do like tap to pay with my phone. And I do like to give deals. And I just want to make sure that I'm not cutting so much into my profits when I give a deal and I take a credit card. And so I'm sure a lot of you, you know, it's the same. You always want to feel like, hey, I can give a deal. But I also don't want you guys to be like, oh, shoot, what did I do? What did I do to myself? And, you know, I think most of our buyers, they don't really see a difference between $1 and $3 for starts. And that can mean the world of difference for you guys, especially if things aren't getting bid up. So yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that. I will try to get that corporate response. Jamie, I'm going to take a screenshot of this and then sort of fact check that to see if I can create some sort of flyer that we can have in our seller chat for people. Okay, finally, guys, thank you for sticking with me. Let's talk about who's selling live this weekend. I sent out a newsletter this morning, posted the flyer, and I believe we had one cancellation, so we do have another open spot. But, okay, tonight, Friday the 20th, thank you, Jamie. Friday the 20th, we have Maria Luna Magica at 5:30. She's always at 5:30. Hick Life at 7. David of Starbright Collections, who is doing $3 starts tonight. Let me know. $3 starts tonight, starting at 7. David will be live 8:30. I'm sorry, not 7, 8:30. 8:30 EST, Starbright Collections. And then at 10 p.m., Debbie of Gypsy Warrior. Oh, on Sterling. Awesome. So David is kicking off the Sterling train 3 weeks early. I love it. And then tomorrow, we do not have a 5:30 slot full. So if anyone here is a subscriber and wants the 5:30 EST for Saturday the 21st, that's summer solstice, feel free to take it. Okay, so Jody of the Vintage Vault at 7. Kathy of Bella's Treasures at 8:30. And Diana of Arctic Angels Treasures at 10 EST. And then we have Jay of the Jade Peacock at 7 on Sunday, Kristen of Keeling Kristen at 8:30, and Jen of Hints of Violet at 10 p.m. So we do have the 5:30 also open on Sunday the 22nd. So especially if someone wants to start, say, earlier than 5:30 EST and just roll over into the 5:30 slot, you can maybe even do a 2 or 2.5 hour live sale. It's totally up to you. I would totally take that if I weren't selling in person this weekend. But yeah, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 10 live sellers this weekend, guys. So summer solstice, the longest night of the year, depending on where you are in the country. That means the sun is out very long. Here in the Northeast, it sets around, let me see, what time does the sun set? Let me not say that incorrectly. I feel like it's around 8:45. What time does the sun set? I'm going to say Baltimore. 8:36 tonight. So I guess like 8:37 tomorrow. That's not too late. What time does the sun set? New York. I think it sets a little bit later. New York tonight because it's more north. No, 8:31. It's about the same time. Now, in Sweden, hold on. I don't know if Sweden is. Yeah, tonight in Sweden. Are you guys ready? The sun will set at 10:08 p.m. 10:08 p.m. in Sweden. How crazy is that? That's why you just party. 9 p.m. is my guess. When does the sun set in Arizona? Let me see. What time? Are you in Phoenix? Sun. I should know this. I'm sorry. I've like shipped you things, David. 7:41 for you guys. A little bit earlier. Does the sun set in, I think, Seattle? It might be a little bit later. Yep, Seattle, it is 9/11 tonight. So if anyone here is in the Pacific Northwest, you will have a very late night. It doesn't even get dark, really. So it's just like a kind of a haze. I have not been to Sweden. I've been to Norway, to the airport. I would love to go to Sweden. That's right, you never change your time. Yeah. Oh, you're going to Sweden. Mamacita, when? Mamacita, if you are able to check out jewelry in Sweden, please take photos. Send our way. That is so awesome. Yeah, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland, they all have very long nights in the summer. Or very long days, I guess. They don't really have nights in the summer. All right, Mac. Mac just decided to sit behind me. Have I asked? So, David, I will say that I'm sure everyone is asking. It's been brought up on our weekly meetings as something that they're aware of. But our last meeting, there was no communication about it. There was communication that the Android app is being worked on. And the needle is moving on the Android app. But I haven't, I can harass them on Tuesday and ask. I'll be the person in the chat about when are you guys adding bookmarks? I mean, I 100% agree. If I knew how to code and be an engineer, I'd be like, I'll just do it for you guys. I know, I agree. I'm sure there's like a legitimate reason that we're just not privy to. You know, something we're just not allowed to know about. Welcome back, Mamacita. But yeah, I will see what I can do to bug them about that. I do bug them about certain things. I try to be delicate, right? Because they now have a, it's sort of like a subscription for the marketplace owners. And what it does is it gives you an interface that removes the district branding. It's $100 a month and you get faster customer service. I think that we still get fairly fast customer service because we're a top 10 marketplace and I'm a nice person. So I don't want to hurt that relationship too much because I'm not paying for the subscription. I might have to at some point, which I would gladly pay for, but I'm trying to put that money into ads at this moment. So yeah, so I try to be delicate with it. But you guys, feel free. If you message seller support, which is support@district.net, there's also a support channel. Go for it. Go for it. Be my minions and let them know. I know. I mean, it will extend our reach a ton. So the Android app is number one. But yeah, those bookmarks, man. I think that, David, if you want in the meantime to have some sort of advice, I'm sure you're doing this already, but I don't listen into all of your live sales, not from front to start. Or if you have a new customer, you can message them this. Ask people to follow you. Any seller here, buyers as well. Guys, follow each other. So I follow many of our sellers, right? If they sell on Knickknacks, I get an alert that they're live. Okay. I know I am missing a fun time. Sorry, David. I'm trying to think of someone else. So, Jen of Hints of Violet, she sells on Lilyworks. And so I see that she's live on Lilyworks because sometimes I see her go live and I'm like, oh, is she live on Jewelry Addicts? And I'll see, no, she's live on Lilyworks. So, that works. So if you, again, just tell your customers, your new customers, send them a message or say it verbally like, hey guys, if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my sales, just follow me. Just click follow. And then that alert will pop up if they have the app. So, okay, cool, guys. This was a longer, I told my mom this would be 15 minutes. I gotta go check on my mom. Please have a wonderful day. Happy Friday. Hey, Elsie. Oh gosh, I'm going to be here a few more minutes. Elsie, we were just talking about the Sarah Coventry train. So I'm going to follow up with you to see if you still want to host that the second Wednesday of July so we can get that sign up. Get that sign up. Yes, we will chat later, David. You guys are awesome. We're going to have a great weekend. I'm going to have a great weekend. There's no rain on the horizon. Today is, again, Friday, June 20th. It's the day you'll never get back. So choose your gratitude. And thank you guys for being jewelry addicts and helping our community to grow. Okay, good, Elsie. Yes. Because, yeah, I didn't want to tell them. I was like, hey, let me just check in with Elsie because I know things come up. So that's awesome. Sarah Coventry, July. So the day before will be the Sterling Silver train and then the Sarah Coventry train. So it's going to be a great week. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.